What's up, everybody? Ryan from Ecom To Freedom here. So today we're going to be covering eBay branding and why it's important to actually make a brand for yourself on eBay. Now, going here into this account that I've just started to set up, but haven't even gone through what I'm talking about here. As you can see in the profile picture, right now it's blank. You want to fill that in and have something that's not just a default Google image or anything like that. You want to actually have something that's has some thought behind it. I do recommend that you design something up or pay $5 on Fiverr to design for somebody to design something for you. Same thing goes here for your image or your store background here. I also recommend that you just go and design something for yourself, or pay somebody a small amount to just design something clean to just go back there. And the reason why I harp on this or even bring this up when a lot of people will gloss over this is that most eBay sellers do not care about this and don't put any thought into this. And even still, some big accounts that actually sell quite a bit and make a good amount of money, they just, it seems like they just don't care that they don't acknowledge this at all, or if they do, it's done very poorly. They will hardly ever change this cover, and if they do, it'll be some whatever cropped image. Here, if they do put a background or a profile picture, usually it'll be either just some random Google image, or it'll be something maybe that they have designed but it doesn't look too great. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, we can just take a look here. Let's look for a random random item here. Okay, so I can click any one, really doesn't matter. I'll click the first non-sponsored one. So I'll just drop down to here. The one that looks like is actually not just somebody randomly selling their used item. So like this one, for example. Let's take a look at this one here. Potentially another drop shipper. Okay, and he sold this 108 times. All right, so let's see. Okay, so as you can see, he actually has a good profile picture. The other thing is, and I didn't mention this, but I will now. Here in eBay, you have the option to fill in a little bio here, so you don't have to go into great detail, but from a business standpoint, it makes sense to just put something that would instill confidence in your potential customers, like, maybe your shipping policy, or, what your just, quick little, blurb about your company, or, mission statement, or anything that, you want to just, put about your company. As you can see here, this person just has a blank. They don't have anything. It just has their basic account location info that's there by default. They did actually put, a logo, and it looks like they took the time to have a logo made, or make a logo actually, so they did that. But as I was saying, look, no cover image, just a standard gray background like on my brand new account. So let's go look at another account. And that wasn't a big account, but he sold that one particular item 100 times. So he is, as far as I can tell, moving some inventory. So let's go see another example. It's a sponsor, but doesn't even really matter if it's sponsored or not. Let's take a look. So here's another one, another egg beater. Let's see this account now. Look at this guy. Hasn't even done anything. Like, no profile pictures, you see, no cover, no description. And he, it actually is a pretty good size account, actually. It sounds like, it looks like he probably moves a good amount of inventory. That's 1,200 items listed. So he has no thought behind this. Now, you might be looking at this and your thought may be, well, if this guy's selling, all these items and he has it like that, why should I even waste my time? And my answer is very simple. Number one, it only is set up once. Once you set this up, that's it. You never look at it again for the rest of your life. As long as you're selling on eBay, you don't have to update it unless you want to. But, I'm not a proponent for that. I don't think you need to update it depending on the season or any, stupidity like that. eBay's not that type of, or this page will not get that type of, viewing those type of views. Tongue tied there for some reason. that it would justify you switching it up like that, you know, quarterly or whatever. But I do recommend you just have just something just, you know, evergreen, just a standard about your business, about, you know, whatever it is that you're portraying. You know, nice image. I mean, again, you can just go on canva.com. If you're not familiar with it, that's a great tool. Completely free, for the most part, for everything that you need to do that is definitely free. Then they do have upsells, but, you know, this is a great resource. You could probably, or you can, not you probably, I designed for my stores everything here on Canva. So I've never, for that simple little design work, you know, I would even need to pay somebody $5. But if you don't want to do it, you can always just go to Fiverr and just pay somebody $5 and they'll, you know, make a nice little logo for you, and that's it. You have it, and a little cover background or whatever. But, you know, again, it's something just from a basic business standpoint. I think it conveys, you know, that you're serious. You're not just, you know, you're just selling on eBay and that's it. And that seems to be the attitude with a lot of sellers. They're just like, you know, that's it. They sell on eBay and that's it. You know, this guy, he put a logo once again, but as you can see, nothing else. You know, actually, it looks like he did change the cover, but he changed it to just a white background. So he put probably just a white block image, so it wouldn't just be the gray. But still, you know, he didn't put any thought behind it, you know, at all. So, you know, I do recommend this. I mean, if you're gonna do it, the way I look at it, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it right. And I recommend you do the same thing, and it's gonna differentiate you, because you're going to see how, you know, somebody that is selling a lot more items at a lower margin may have, or not may, they do have a harder time when you start putting these little pieces all together, and overall you will start to get more sales with less items. And this, I believe, is one of those pieces to that puzzle where, I mean, excuse me, just me as a consumer, if I'm shopping for whatever, an egg beater, and then I see this guy here, another example, you know, like I'm saying, with no profile picture, no cover image, you know, none of this. And then I go to another guy, which, let's see if I can find one. Let's see this guy here. Another one. Yeah, so nobody, at least in this, I mean, there's a lot of used items too here in this search that I'm doing, but I'm just trying to find one person that's actually like put a little bit of thought into it. Like nothing. I guess there's nothing in the egg beater world. Let me see. So yeah, I mean I do it. You know, that's what I do with all my stores. Again, it's just something that you set it and forget it. You don't ever have to do it again. And I just think it gives you some credibility. You know, I mean, you know, none of these guys do it. So, I mean, as you can see, if nothing else, I mean, it will differentiate you definitely. I mean, the fact that you took that 10 minutes or whatever, spent that $5 to do it, you know, definitely will set you apart. Because as you see here, I mean, none of these people, you know, set it up whatsoever. So, yeah, that is something that definitely you want to, I'm not going to give you one example here, huh? That's crazy. But anyways, so, I mean, as you can see, you know, I mean, any one of these sellers, if I were to click on, they had a profile picture in a background. I mean, it wouldn't be a make or break as to whether you buy the item or not. But, I mean, you know, to me, it's just, it adds a level of credibility. And, you know, I mean, none of these guys, I mean, have anything listed about them other than just, you know, that's their username and their feedback, which, I mean, that is ultimately what's king on eBay. But man, there's definitely some stores out there that the real big stores. But let me see. Let's take a look. I'm gonna drag on too long at this point, but pretty good size account here. Let's see. Same thing. Nothing either. Oh. Okay, so this person, and it looks like they did put a logo, but for some reason it's not. You know, as you can see, there's a problem with their image. That's what that means. If not, it'll just be the blank figurine there. So this person, they did take the time to upload a logo. They have to correct it, but whatever. And then, as you can see, they actually took the time to write a little description. Welcome to Yes Garden, our company has sold on eBay for several years, and they go on to expand a little bit about their business. But as you can see, I mean, it's just a little blurb. That's it. I mean, it adds a level, and look at, I mean, this is a real big account. Actually, that's an actual real big account. They've been around for quite some time, but this is just something that is very simple. Again, just from a basic business standpoint, not even just on eBay alone. But I mean, if you're going to start a business and start selling online, I mean, I like to look at things from, you're growing a business, you're growing a brand. You're starting on eBay, but maybe after starting on eBay, you want to expand into other marketplaces, onto Amazon, into your own Shopify store, or whatever it is you want to do. You could be planting those seeds from now, and if you just put a little bit of thought behind it, and take these small little actions. I mean, again, it wouldn't take more than maybe a few minutes to just get something drawn up for yourself, or a few dollars to have somebody do it for you, and that's it. It's done. Once you set this, you just forget about it. I mean, you don't ever have to do it again. And your store looks credible now. It looks like a legit business, and in my opinion, I mean, it instills confidence in customers. I mean, I know myself, it instills confidence in me if I go to somebody's store, and if I have two items that are similar priced and it's the same item, and one guy has X amount of feedback and the other guy has a little bit less feedback. If I go to the guy that has a little bit less feedback, but good feedback, I mean, they're comparable rates, 98%, 98%, or whatever it is. And I see the guy has a little bit less feedback, but I see that he has taken the time to actually set up the store, and it looks nice and everything. Like when I go to this page, at that point, I'll say, you know what, I'm going to go with this guy. Because even he has a little bit less feedback, as long as it's not like a much lower score, like 90%, and then the other bigger account is like 99%, then, unfortunately, I'm going to go with the higher feedback score, and most consumers operate the same way. But other than that, if that was not in play, if it just came down to amount of feedback and then the price, and even if the price was maybe, the same or a little bit higher, I might even just go with a smaller account, because, why not? I mean, I see that this guy is actually, like, he's serious about it. I mean, again, it's just a level of credibility from a basic business standpoint. So, drop me in the comments definitely what you think about this. If you agree with me, if you think this is a stupid waste of time, or if you think that it's actually something that makes sense, definitely would like to hear your feedback. I mean, I have always done it on my stores, and any other store that I make moving forward, I'll always do it. It's like just automatic for me, but I definitely would like to hear your feedback, and definitely if you have anything else you'd like to have, make sure to drop in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll be back soon with another video. So, Ecom to Freedom, and stay safe, everybody out there. Have a great night.